Hello again, my friends, the beautiful souls of sparkly rainbow light that you are. So grateful that you are here on the next chapter, the next adventure, the next journey. And I'm really hot on fire right now. I'm on fire about phi. I'm really excited. Because, you all know I've been talking about Planck fire formula a lot, which looks at Planck times the golden ratio raised to a whole number of integers. However, putting Planck aside for a bit and just really honing in on golden ratio, and I know I've gone over this before, but just in case this is I'm gonna just dive right in, because I feel like I'm sure other people have found this, but it was really fun for me to just find without even trying to watch this emerge. So let's just go back to just refresh. Golden ratio phi is 1 plus or minus the square root of 5/2. And then, so when we have plus or minus, that just means you do the equation with the plus sign, you do it with the negative sign, and you're going to get two results. And so, like I said recently, a lot of times we think of golden ratio as 1.618, but this negative 0.618 is like equally complementary, necessary, like equally relevant, equally important. And so when I started to look at this, and I said, well, if you take negative phi, you're going to have these same numbers but reversed. So I now sort of think of phi as like four numbers. So anyway, I went over that already in the last video, but I want to just go right into what happens then if we take those two numbers, the positive 1.618 and then the negative 0.618, and we raise them to whole number integers, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, da 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 da. So I just charted it out here, and I just put which integer we're using here. We're using 0, and then anything to the 0 is going to be 1, no matter what. And I kind of want to dive into why that's true, but one thing at a time. So we just raise this to the different integers, 0, 1, 2, and this is what we get. And I was just looking at them and noticed that when you combine these numbers, let me just double check here. Yeah, so I just want to point out that, here with the negative 0.618, when you multiply something by itself, two negatives multiplied together equal a positive. So that's why you see it's fluctuating between a positive number and a negative number, because anytime you're going to be like multiplying it by itself, squared or to the power of 4, the two negatives will cancel to become positive. And then I charted them out, and then I just started adding them. And then I saw that when you add them together, then you get these numbers. And I got really excited. First, I got excited just that there were whole numbers emerging. But then when I looked at the series that was emerging from doing this, just following like what felt right, or just like what happens if I add them? And then I'm like, oh my gosh, there's whole numbers. And then so this is the series. But it was familiar to me. I had already learned about it when I was just reading on Wikipedia about golden ratio, about phi. They mentioned the Lucas numbers. And I distinctly remembered that there was a 7. And I said, what's this series that's like Fibonacci but different? And, whereas Fibonacci starts with 0 and 1, you have this series starting with 2 and 1. So 2 plus 1 is 3, 1 plus 3 is 4, 3 plus 4 is 7, da 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 da, on and on and on. And so this is a known set. There was a whole bunch of equations with symbols that I don't know. I don't know if there ever will be necessary for me to learn them. I'm so happy to if it is, but there's just a lot of these big formulas that seem complicated and convoluted, and you really need to know all the mathematical notation, and it sort of seems like its own little secret club. So I feel like we're starting our own club of when we just look at really simple concepts, we can actually learn a lot about the world around us. Just 0 and 1 alone, just looking at that. But anyway, so now that these Lucas numbers, this series emerged on its own just by me playing with these forms of phi and what happens when we raise them to various integers and then add them together. It got me really interested in this series now. And now I would like to extend this series, again, just by adding these two numbers to get the next number in the series, just like Fibonacci. So if I extend this really, really far, then the bigger the numbers get, when you divide the last one by the previous one, a ratio will emerge. So I know a ratio will emerge with this, but I feel pretty confident. I feel like I'm very solid I feel that the ratio that will emerge from these Lucas numbers is going to be close to golden ratio, but different. And then it's exciting because then I'm thinking, okay, that ratio will emerge from looking at the Lucas series, and as it gets bigger and bigger, the ratio will get more and more perfect. So I can get the general gist of the ratio without even knowing the formula for it. So then, that would be ideal to find the formula, but working with then that number, I feel like that might even lead to another series of numbers, and that it's sort of like we have this ratio of phi and series of numbers, but it's like we can take that ratio and play with it a little bit of somehow, like, I mean, I'm just playing with numbers here, you know. I started calculating it and adding them together. And then this resulted from playing with phi numbers. So it's like, if I can do the same thing with this series, anyway, it will be a work in progress. I'm still working on finding the geometric spatial representation that the phi formula represents, making progress on that, utilizing a star and the interior pentagon, and I feel squares are going to be part of it. But anyway, if any of you all are working on that challenge, I would love to hear how it's going for you. So yeah, I was very, very excited to share that with you all. I'm looking forward to playing around with these numbers more, but I just felt like I really had to make this video. And but yeah, so, and we got our friend the Pegasus here. I called it a unicorn last time, but I completely take that back, and I corrected it in the notes. It is a Pegasus, no horn, just wings. Apparently an alicorn is what you call, so unicorn only has a horn, Pegasus only has the wings, but an alicorn has the horn and the wings. So, but this one's a Pegasus, so we've got our friend the Pegasus here. And I just thought I might share this intuitive artwork that's coming through, and sharing it with you all, I feel like will help motivate, inspire me to continue working on it. But it's just fun, and I love showing it to others and seeing like what do they see emerge. And so I feel like there's going to be trees over here sort of curving out. It's just fun. Yeah, so I hope you all like that. And then this is a pretty little stone that I got that had been carved. The seahorse to me does seem like such a regal animal, like a royal animal. And I have a friend that likes to draw them, so I think of him with this, but I also have just been connecting into the elegance and just the beauty and the regalness. I don't know how you say regality. When something's regal, it's very regal. The royalness, I don't know, there's a word I'm looking for. So I hope you enjoyed that. Felt like there was something else I wanted to tell you all or show you. It has been coming up, this concept of the heart being a scalar engine, a scalar wave generator, and I've known for a little bit now that I have the ability to know how to open or close this, that sort of, if I want to be emitting scalar energy, or I'm tired and it's time to like come back into center, it literally feels like a skill that we can tap into whenever we need to. and there's certain stretches that I do that tend to activate that, and there's I feel like I want to hone some of my own techniques to be able to like talk to you all about it, so that I'm sure there's some of you out there that have already like felt that or tapped in. It's like when we're laughing really hard, it's just this thing that our heart does, just like feeling really, really pure love. Oh, there's my friend Jeremy. Yeah, so I feel like that was about all for today. I'm again at Apotheca. I have this delicious Aphrodite drink, super sanctuary spot here, Apotheca, and then Synergy next door, which is where I got this. Okay, this feels so great to get this out to you. It was just like, came through yesterday. I tried to make the video yesterday. I was like, I gotta make this video. And I'm excited to share what I learned about locus numbers soon, and much more. It's always a joy to hear from you all. And as usual, just want to hold space for any of you out there that are looking to cultivate peace, inner peace, and pure joy, as I am. And I feel like that is part of this journey, is finding our true authentic self, feeling at home inside of our heart at all times, whenever we need to come back to center. But I have been really excited with the numbers lately and the formulas and all that stuff. So enjoying the flow of this, of what wants to come through organically through my vessel and purely and naturally to share with you all. But as always, so much love, and I look forward to talking to you all and seeing you all soon. Take care.